Destiny, I need to talk to you. It's urgent.
Hi, Brenda. What's going on? I'm in the middle of something.
Well, you're going to have to drop it. Because this is important. Rachel is getting divorced. And she's moving in with us. And she's bringing her boyfriend, Tyler, too.
What? Are you kidding me? Rachel is married. How can she have a boyfriend?
She doesn't have a husband anymore. He dumped her when he found out about Tyler. Can you believe that? He threw away my precious daughter like she was nothing.
Maybe because she cheated on him with some random guy?
Don't you dare talk about Tyler like that. He's not some random guy. He's the love of Rachel's life. They're planning to get married soon, so they need a place to stay.
And you think that place is our house? You want me to live with Rachel and the guy she cheated on her husband with?
Yes, I do. And I don't see why you're making such a big deal out of it. Life is full of surprises, Destiny. You never know when you'll find your soulmate. You should be happy for Rachel, not judge her.
Happy for her? She betrayed her husband, Brenda. She broke her vows. She hurt someone who loved her. How can I be happy for that?
You're being so narrow-minded, Destiny. Rachel didn't betray anyone. She just followed her heart. She found her true love after she got married. That's not a crime. That's a blessing.
I'm sorry, Brenda, but I can't agree with you on that.
Well, then you're just a bigot, Destiny. And a selfish one, too. Because there's something else I need to tell you.
What is it?
Tyler doesn't have a job. Neither does Rachel. They're both unemployed.
You're kidding me, right? Please tell me you're kidding me.
I'm not kidding you, Destiny. I'm telling you the truth. They don't have any income. And they don't have any savings.
So, how are they going to pay for anything? How are they going to survive?
That's where you come in, Destiny. You have a good job. You make a lot of money. You're going to support them.
What? No way. I'm not doing that. That's insane.
It's not insane, Destiny. It's your duty. They're your family. You have to help them.
Why do I have to help them? I didn't ask for this. And of course, I didn't agree to this. You can't just spring this on me and expect me to go along with it. And I don't want them living in my house.
It's not your house, Destiny. It's my house. I own it. I make the decisions. And I've decided that Rachel and Tyler are moving in. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? That's too soon. I can't handle this.
You don't have a choice, Destiny. You have to do this. You have to accept this. And you have to stop complaining.
You think you can boss me around like this?
Of course I have the final say. You're nothing but my son's wife. You have no say in this family. You just have to obey me like a good daughter-in-law.
Obey you? Is that what you call making me pay for everything for the two strangers who are crashing at our place tomorrow? I don't even know if we can afford to feed two more people around here.
Don't you dare call them strangers. They're your family too. Rachel is my daughter, and Tyler is going to be my new son-in-law. They're in love, and they need our help.
They're not even married. They just showed up out of the blue. And why do I have to help them? They don't work, they don't contribute, they just leech off me.
If you're so unhappy, then why don't you just leave? Why don't you divorce my son and get out of our lives? Huh? Because I know that my Roland is a good boy who listens to his mother.
I doubt that Roland will agree with you on this, Brenda. He's not your puppet. He's my husband. And we're going to talk about this tonight.
There's nothing to talk about. It's already decided. Rachel and Tyler are coming tomorrow. And you have to deal with it. Or you can pack your bags and go. It's up to you.
Roland, I need your help right now. It's very urgent. Can you please talk to me for a few minutes?
Destiny, what's going on? You sound very upset. Is everything okay at home? Did something happen?
No, everything is not okay. It's about your mom. She texted me today and dropped a huge bombshell on me. She told me that Rachel cheated on her husband with some guy and got divorced. And she's still with the guy she cheated with. His name is Tyler. And they're both moving in with us tomorrow morning.
What? Are you serious? That's insane. I don't even know how to react to that. How can that be true?
It's true. She texted me all of this today. And she also said that I have to pay for everything for them because they don't have any jobs. They don't have any money. They don't have anything.
She said what? How can she do that? That's crazy.
I know. I tried to tell her that it was unacceptable, but she wouldn't listen to me. She just ignored me.
And Rachel, I can't believe she would do something like that. She was always a troublemaker, but this is too much.
I know. I was shocked when I heard it. And I was even more shocked that your mom sided with Rachel and felt sorry for her. She acted like Rachel was the victim.
Well, my mom always spoiled Rachel and let her do whatever she wanted. But that only made Rachel worse. She never learned to be responsible. I've tried to talk some sense into her, but she never listened to me. She always did what she wanted, but I never thought she would go this far. I never thought she would cheat on her husband and get divorced.
I know you've had problems with Rachel before, Roland. You've told me about them. I think you're very kind for trying to help her, even though she doesn't appreciate it. You're a good brother.
To be honest with you, I think one of the reasons my parents got divorced was because my dad couldn't stand how my mom raised us. He couldn't stand how she spoiled Rachel and neglected me. She always let Rachel get away with everything and blamed me for everything.
Oh, you never told me that before. I'm sorry to hear that.
By the way, you said this guy's name was Tyler, right? Did you get his last name?
Your mom mentioned it once. Tyler Sanders, I think? Why do you ask?
Tyler Sanders. Why does that name sound familiar?
I don't know. Maybe I got it wrong. I wasn't really paying attention to what your mom said. I was too shocked and angry.
No, I think you got it right. But that name is bugging me. I think I might know this Tyler guy. Maybe I met him once. He was a friend of a friend or something. Or maybe I just heard his name somewhere. I don't know. But I have a bad feeling about him.
Well, if that's the case, let me know if you find out anything about him. Maybe he's not who he says he is.
Of course, I'll let you know as soon as I can. I'm going to text some people and see if I can figure this out. Maybe I can find out who he really is and what he's up to.
Okay. Good luck with that, Roland. And please hurry. I don't want them to move in with us. Brenda, where the hell are you right now? I need you here immediately.
What are you talking about? Why are you texting me with that angry tone, huh? I'm out, having a nice dinner with my friends. What do you want from me? Make it quick. I'm trying to enjoy myself.
Well, it's about Rachel and Tyler, actually. You know, the two people who are supposed to be living with us now.
What about those two? They've been at home since the afternoon. Did you finally get to meet them?
Yes, I did meet them when I came home from work, but I was shocked and appalled by what I saw. Those two were in my bedroom and acting like it was theirs. They said they already unpacked all their things and were looking forward to finally having a room again. Not only that, But all my stuff was strewn all over the place in the backyard. I want to know just what is going on here, and I want to know right now.
Well, you gave up your room for those two, of course. That's why I tossed all your stuff outside in the yard. Any other questions? Or do you want to thank me for being so generous?
I didn't give up my room to anyone. It sounds to me like you decided that for me and emptied out my bedroom without my consent. How could you do that to me?
Well then, I hope this just helps you reconsider your attitude about financially supporting these two while they get back on their feet. Maybe this will teach you a lesson.
What are you talking about, Brenda? What does one of those things have to do with the other? How does throwing my stuff out of my room make me want to pay for them?
I just mean that you were so stubborn and selfish that you wouldn't be contributing to those two's financial needs. Given that that was the case, I saw no alternative but to give them your room. Maybe that will make you see how much they need our help.
I don't care what kind of twisted games you're trying to play with me right now. I'm not giving up my room or giving them any money. You're trying to rope me into something that I never wanted and was never even asked about. And I'm not going to sit here and take it. I'm not going to let you walk all over me.
Well, then I guess you might as well get used to having your things sitting out on the lawn. You better hope that it doesn't rain. I'd hate for all your things to get ruined. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, I did hear that there was going to be rain tonight. A lot of rain.
And just who do you think you are? Condescending me like that, huh? I mean, why do you think you get to decide everything that goes on in this house? Why do you think you have the authority to do this to me?
That's the exact same thing that I would like to ask you, Destiny. You're my daughter-in-law, and yet you think that you have a right to argue with anything that your mother-in-law tells you to do. You ought to learn your place. You ought to respect me.
You really want to talk about who has the right to do what in this house? You really want to go there?
Of course. And since you were so insistent about disobeying me, about giving them money, I invoked my right to toss all your things out of my house. I honestly can't believe that you're being so cruel to those poor two lovers. They have no place to go, and nothing but each other's love to keep them going. And you're really upset that they're in your room? I told you once, and I'll tell you again, you either do as I say, or you can get out. Those are your two options. Take it or leave it.
Hey, Roland, I was just curious if you're on your way home already.
Yeah, I'm on a train ride right now. It should be a few hours before I'm back. I'm almost scared to ask, but did Rachel and Tyler end up arriving yesterday like my mom said they would?
Yes, they got here yesterday afternoon, and they're already making themselves at home. In fact, they've hijacked our bedroom as their own.
Hijacked our bedroom? What does that mean exactly?
Well, when I got home from work yesterday, the two of them had arrived. They had all their stuff unpacked in our room, and all my things had been thrown out into the backyard. Your mom said she did it because I was arguing with her. She said that if I wasn't going to help them financially, then it was her right to throw all of my things outside.
You have to be kidding me. Honestly, just what is she thinking? I can't believe my mom is acting this way. It's ridiculous. Destiny, I just want you to know how sorry I am that my mom is putting us through all of this.
Roland, it's not you who should be apologizing, though. It's your mom.
Speaking of my mom, where is she? When you got home, did you manage to get your things back inside okay?
Your mom said she was out grabbing lunch with friends. As for me, I had to quickly go and rent a moving truck to store all my stuff until this gets figured out. I'm staying in a hotel for the time being.
Wow, jeez. I'm so sorry you're having to go through all of this.
I'm sorry. I couldn't tell you about any of this sooner. I was running around like crazy last night, and I didn't even have a moment to catch my breath until it was already past midnight.
It's okay. It sounds like you just need to take a rest now.
It's the one right by Union Station that we always walk by.
I got it. Well, would you like to meet me when I arrive at the station? I think I've finally figured out who this Tyler guy is, and we have to talk about it.
You really figured it out? Was he the guy that you thought he was the whole time?
It's way too long to even begin to type out, honestly. I'm gonna have to stop by my office after I arrive, but I promise to tell you all about this evening, okay? But still, I arrive at the station in a couple of hours and will tell my bosses I'm taking an early lunch. I really can't wait to see you, sweetie.
Oh, me neither. Roland, I just want all this to be over already. So, I guess I'll meet you at the station around 11?
Perfect. I'll see you then, Destiny. Get some rest in the meantime.
Destiny, I am sick and tired of playing this game with you. Just how long are you going to keep us all waiting, huh? How long are you going to keep being so selfish and stubborn?
What are you going on about this time, Brenda? What are you trying to accuse me of now?
Don't you pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about. I want to know when you're going to start giving money to Rachel and Tyler. When are you going to do your duty as a member of this family?
How many times are you going to make me repeat myself? I'm not going to give either of them a single cent. I never said that I was going to do. I've only told you that this isn't going to happen. So stop asking. Stop harassing me.
You really are starting to get on my last nerve. You really are pushing me to the edge. But if you refuse to listen to your mother-in-law, if you refuse to respect me, then I have no choice but to make Roland divorce you. I have no choice but to kick you out of this family.
Mom, we need to talk.
Ugh, Roland. Perfect timing, son. I was actually just about to message you. Funnily enough, it's about your wife. You see, I've told Destiny over and over again that she needs to help support Rachel and Tyler. And she simply refuses to obey me. She simply refuses to be a good daughter-in-law. Do you think you could try talking some sense into her? You think you could make her see reason?
Actually, Destiny and I have decided to move out of that house.
Wait, what? What do you mean? You two are moving out? It means that you two are leaving me?
Well, Destiny has already loaded up all of her belongings that you threw out in the yard. Not that you've noticed. And I spent all night last night packing up my own things while everyone was asleep. And now Destiny and I are together. We're leaving you behind.
Hold on a second. You two are really going to move out of the house? But where are you going to go? Where are you both now? You can't just leave me like this.
I'm not going to tell you, Mom. In fact, Destiny and I never want to talk to you again. We never want to see you again. We're cutting you off.
You can't just cut your mother out of your life like this. That's ridiculous.
No, Mom. The only ridiculous thing about the situation is you. And I'm not going to stand by any longer while you try to control my wife. While you try to ruin our lives.
Control her? I am her mother-in-law, and I'm not controlling her. She's just disobeying me. Every time I ask her to make the smallest of sacrifices for this family, she flat out refuses to do so. She flat out disrespects me. You need to remind her of her place in this house right now.
Mom, tell me how much you know about this Tyler guy that Rachel is seeing.
What do you mean? What do I know about him? He's Rachel's boyfriend, and that's all that matters.
I'm afraid you're quite misinformed, Mom. Tyler is not who you think he is. He's not who Rachel thinks he is. He's a liar and a cheat.
Wait, what? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Tyler is the guy who had an affair with the wife of one of my friends. And it wasn't just once. Tyler has a history of being a serial cheater. In fact, he has a debt of more than $1 million from all the adultery cases that he was a part of.
He owes more than $1 million in debt? How is that possible? How did that happen?
That's right. When I first heard his name, it really rang a bell for me. I asked around, and I'm quite sure that the man Rachel is seeing now is the same one who's known for sleeping around so much. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised at all if this was all part of some elaborate plan of his. Maybe he's using Rachel to get a place to live and get someone to cover all his bills for him. Maybe he's even roped Rachel into this little scheme of his, too.
You don't actually think your sister is trying to scam her own family, do you?
I think that you should be really careful with your money, Mom. Unless it's already too late. When was the last time that you checked how much you have in your accounts? Unless it's true what Destiny told me about how you took all the money that you got from Dad during the divorce, withdrew it in cash, and kept it for safekeeping in your house.
I thought that it would be a good nest egg for when I retire. Besides, you know I hate all that funny money and card business. The money just doesn't feel real unless I have it in my hands, unless I can touch it and count it.
And do you think it's possible that Tyler might have heard about this money through Rachel or something? Do you think he might have found out where you hid it? Or he might have taken some of it? Or all of it?
Destiny, are you there? You have to help me. It's just horrible. My retirement money, my savings, all 30,000 of it is gone. It's gone.
Vanished. Oh, really? You mean all that cash you kept in your room? All that cash you hid under your mattress?
That's right. I couldn't find it anywhere. It was gone. And I asked Rachel if she might have known where it went. She told me that she and Tyler used it all on a party that they held celebrating moving in with us. Can you believe that?
Wow. How do you even spend that amount of money on a single party? That's actually impressive.
No, it isn't. It's my money and I want it back. You have to help me. You have to get it back for me.
And just why are you coming to me? To ask for help? I would quit wasting your time texting me and start looking for a job instead. Start looking for a way to earn your own money.
But I'm your mother-in-law, Destiny. You owe me for letting you live with me. That's why you have to help me.
Brenda, I'd like to ask you something that I've had on my mind for a while now. Do you think that you were the one letting me live with you?
Well, What do you mean by that? You don't have any other family or anything. So obviously when you got married, this house would go to me. That's just how you show respect to your in-laws.
I know that both my parents are dead. Thank you very much for reminding me. What I want to know is how you think you suddenly own the house that they left to me. I inherited the lease to the house, and I've been paying rent on it ever since. Ever since I moved in here.
So then you're saying that you're the owner? You're saying that this is your house?
That is exactly what I'm saying. I've had this house since before I got married, and after Roland and I did get married, he moved in with me. He moved into my house. Then, after your divorce, Roland and I took pity on you and agreed to let you live with us. Of course that was before I knew just how difficult living with you was going to be, before I knew how much you would interfere with our lives.
That can't be true.
I'm not done yet. Now that you've invited Rachel and Tyler to live with us, I just don't see the point in staying there any longer. I've canceled the lease for the house, and you all have until the end of the month to move out. You, Tyler, and Rachel all better start packing your stuff quickly, because you're not welcome here anymore.
But you can't do that. You can't kick me out. Where am I supposed to go? I just told you that I lost all of my retirement money. I have nothing left.
That's a problem for you to figure out. It turned out that Tyler was in more debt than what he owed to the court. He had borrowed money from some shady people who didn't take kindly to being cheated. I heard from a neighbor who witnessed it one night. A black van with tinted windows showed up outside our old house. Some burly men with guns stepped out, kicked down the door, and barged their way into the house. They grabbed Tyler and Rachel and dragged them into the van. They drove off into the night, leaving behind a trail of blood and broken glass. I don't even want to think about what they did to those two. What kind of fate they may met. As for Brenda, with no money and no house, she had to go back to work and learn to live on her own again. She had to face the consequences of her actions. I hear that she's living in a tiny apartment, barely making ends meet these days. She's struggling to survive. She's miserable.